her anyway and hope that they will learn to love it. Because if they don't, they don't. There's nothing that you can do. Right.
No, I agree with you, Sean. I agree with you. And when I said I'm not saying don't marry that person,
right.
What I meant was that I'm not saying that is a determining factor, because
right.
even though that person may not be close to their family, doesn't make him be doesn't mean that he's not a family person. It can be where he just cannot seem to get along with his family because they're on just two different wavelengths.
And I agree with you.
You guys need to move to a different state or a whole different continent.
I agree with you, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Saying is, so I agree with you, but what I'm saying is there is a list of values that only you listeners, only me, only you, Pearl, know. We only know what our values are, right? No one knows our values for us, and no one can tell you what your values are, right? I know that I'm a spiritual person. Whoever I end up with must have the level of spirituality, not 100% where I'm at. Not 120, 150, 130, because, again, depending on that person's life experience, they may not be at 100. They may be at 90. You understand? But if they're willing to grow spiritually, that is the person for me, because no one's perfect. You see? But if the person is not a spiritual person, they will never see church will never see them ever. Then, we're going to have problems in the relationship, because what's going to happen is once you have children in that relationship and you want to go to church every Sunday, and then you know how kids are. They don't want to go to church every Sunday. Your husband, your spouse, or your lover, or whatever, don't care about church every Sunday. That's going to build some tension in the relationship, because you have one set of values and he has one set of, or she has one set of values. So it's important. Again, I agree with you, Pearl, on that you can grow together. I agree with that. However, really look at the person based on what your values are, and pick your top 5, because we all have values. We all have. You either have spirituality, finance, love, family, whatever your values are. But make sure that your top 5 or your top 3 are met or meetable, that you can meet them. That person can meet them. Otherwise, and I'm speaking from experience, my experience at least, you will have problems.
Of course, definitely. Another thing is, there is no way you can go into a marriage saying, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to work on him on this problem, and I know that's going to change." That is the biggest pitfall ever.
Oh, you
have to accept that person for who they are at that point and say, "Okay, this is who I'm marrying."
That's it.
Point blank.
That's it. I agree with you. And you touched a very good point. You touched a lot of us, especially women, not men, women, we go into relationships saying,
he's going to change that person.
Yeah, he won't change. You'll end up having to change, ladies. Okay? He will not change, because men, unlike women, we're the nurturers. We're the ones who want to be, compassionate. We want to meet our lovers, our family, our whatever, where they are. Men are set in their ways. This is what they want to do. That's the way it is. Done. Okay? So if you are going, they're not changing. If you're going in a relationship thinking that you're going to change your spouse, you are in for a big surprise. You are, and we are both. Oh, my goodness. You and I could talk about it all day long. We both experience that. You cannot change your spouse, man or woman. You cannot. You have to already have them where you need them to be. Otherwise, it is going to be such a strong uphill battle that you're going to find your nails dirty every single time, because you're going to constantly try to get him to change, constantly try to mold him, and it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And you're going to go in 5 years in a relationship or 10 years in a relationship, and guess what? You're going to be tired. Guess what? It's
and
one thing
you would be the one who have changed into this.
Oh, yes.
Hate, is lots of hate and anger and resentment.
Yes.
When this man is totally happy.
And he's okay. He's okay, because guess what? He didn't need to make the change. He was fine. You wanted him to change. I agree with you. And guess what, ladies? That's just one change. Whatever that is, you're only fighting with one change. You haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet. There's about 5 or 10 other things you need to work on. And 5 years, 6 years down the line, you are mentally and physically exhausted. So do not go in a relationship thinking that you're going to change your mate. It ain't going to happen. And anyone who tells themselves that it is, it's not. It's not. And, you know, if we were to poll people, we'll find out that your spouse won't change. They're either a way or no way. So that, oh, my goodness, we touch a very good point. And because of it, we're basically running out of time. But before I let you go, Pearl, and, you know, I want to thank you for your time. But before I let you go, I know how it is at home with the daughter and the husband and the house. And I know you're in school now full time, so that's a killer itself. I want to get one more final question in, and hopefully it'll help everyone else understand what your outlook is on relationships really, really is, and why you've voiced your opinion the way you voiced them tonight. And that question being, what would be your guideline to our listeners for a successful marriage?
Guideline, first and foremost, you just have to have God in the midst of your relationship. Prior to deciding on whether or not you're going to marry this individual, pray about it. Make sure that, again, you guys are on the same level spiritually, that you're connected spiritually. And I'm not saying you won't have problems in your relationship. You're going to have problems, of course, but it's on a whole different level where the both of you are facing the problems together.
Right.
And not you having to struggle with your mate on the issues and fighting back and forth, but both of you are coming together. Oh, okay, we have this bill to pay. Okay, this is how we're going to, okay, let's work this out that way. It's so much easier when you have that that partner's input and you're working together as opposed to pulling apart. So first and foremost, God. Secondly, the financial. Make sure that individual, okay, we all are not, we are not fortunate to be where we want to be financially or career-wise. But at the same time, you want to find someone that has that mindset, has goals and drive. It's enough to have. It's not enough to have dreams. You must go after your dreams. You must make them happen, or else they're just dreams. That's it. So you want to find someone who has dreams and aspirations and who is working towards having those dreams and aspirations come true.
Right.
Then you wanna have a family man, somebody who loves and cares for his mom, his sisters, the elderly, somebody who has a heart, who you know that this person will be there for you through thick and thin.
Right.
You want somebody who loves you just as they love themselves.
Right.
Forget about how much love you have for that person.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that person have the love that you want to give. Make sure that person is giving that to you.
Right.
And if you have God first, you have that
same goal,
financial backing, you have that same spiritual level, and you have that person who loves you, you can't go wrong.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't think I could have.
4 main aspects, yes.
I don't think I could have summed it up better, Pearl. I mean, you've summed it up. I mean, God is obviously number one. finance is number 2. Your goals is number 3, right?
Yes.
That's correct. And then also making sure that you both love each other, actually love each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Love has to be there. That love has to be there.
It has to be a two-way street. Ladies,
yes.
Stop loving your man and he doesn't love you.
What I'm saying is we, the women who are the nurturers, always tend to be hurt in that aspect.
Right.
We always tend to be giving a whole lot more than we're receiving. So
right.
That's why I made the point to say that make sure that he loves you as much as you would want to love him.
Right.
Make sure. That's the first thing. Don't worry about your love for him because I'm sure it's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you find out how much love he has for you. And if you realize that you love this person way more than they love you, cut it out.
Yep.
Cut it out because it's just going to get worse. You're just going to get hurt. That person is going to realize how much love you have for them and will take advantage.
They sure will. They sure will. Oh, my goodness, Pearl. Thank you from the bottom of our heart here at Empowered Women Summit. You definitely is a woman who is empowering women. We are grateful for the information that you shared with us, sharing your family with us, sharing your stories with us, sharing your life experience with us. And I am sure the listeners have also walked away with something that they can definitely implement in their relationships, whether they're married or single. I think we all enjoyed you. We enjoyed the conversation, and the interview was great. So hopefully we'll be able to schedule a conference call where we'll be able to have our callers call in, and they may have some questions on their heart that they'll be able to answer, that you'll be able to answer for them. So hopefully, I don't know if you see that happening in the near future, you might make yourself available for our women.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Okay, great.
Yes, just let me know when you're ready. Just give me some advance notice, and we can get it set up.
Well, not a problem. Again, everyone, we're thankful to Pearl for coming out tonight and giving us her time. Remember, marriage is work. It's not easy. It's hard work. It's commitment. It's love. It's friendship. It's making sure that you are committed to each other sexually. Make sure that you have God first. Make sure that you have the same financial goals. Make sure that you do not go in wanting to change the man before you can even change yourself. Make sure your goal meets his goal. Make sure your values are his values. Other than that, if you make sure you do all of these things, we're not promising that relationship is going to be perfect. You are basically on your way to a wonderful, everlasting relationship.
Thanks for listening. We do hope you tune in next week to hear Tangela Covens speak about a whole lot of fun Miami. What is a whole lot of fun Miami? And what drove her to starting this business? Tune in. Thanks again. Bye.